Hi there. Man, I look terrible. My hair looks terrible. Just got done laying some block, uh, building a school. So I just wanted to talk about, a couple YouTube videos I just watched. And I was watching a video, a guy named Kyle Klinsky was talking about someone that was a Navy SEAL who Donald Trump pardoned. Now, this guy was on a squad, so there was other Navy SEALs that witnessed him stabbed to death ISIS fighters. An ISIS fighter, he stabbed this guy to death. And this guy was not coherent. He couldn't see. He was not moving. And this guy just stabbed him a bunch of times. Right in front of everybody. He stabbed them. Stab, 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 stab. And they were watching him stab this guy. And he was the commanding officer. They didn't stop him or anything. Like, dude. You don't have to stab this guy to death. Well, then he ordered his whole squad to take a picture in front of this guy who he just stabbed a bunch of times, smiling. And he ordered them to do that. He forced them to do it. And he was also caught when they were out on the mission or on patrol or whatever they were doing. And he just fired on an innocent woman. And he fired on children. And and that's what he did. That's what his practice was, and there was a lot of people who've seen him do this. And he would just kill people, unarmed people. Okay. So just to like bring it up as a talking point, just so that it goes through somebody's head if somebody watches this video. If you wonder why there are terrorists who hate America and who would strap a bomb to themselves and destroy their body to kill Americans, guys like that are the reason. Uh, and it's not just military guys. There are people who are in my daily life and your daily life where there's something wrong with them, as though there is something not connected in their brain. If they know that they are going to get away with it, they're going to do it. And they're going to enjoy it. And it's gross. And when these people have power, they do sick things. And the result of that is misery, it's perversion, it's disgusting. Okay, it's disgusting that this goes on. And it's not just Americans who do this. There are people in countries around the world who are sick and disgusting. But the United States has them in power. We have them in office. And we are creating enemies. We're creating enemies. We're creating people that hate us. I'll tell you what, if somebody shot my girlfriend, my wife, my mother, and out of the blue for no reason, whether it was another country that was occupying my country or if it was just someone who was in my own country, listen, if somebody did that to someone in my family, I am going to devote my life to then get even, to get revenge, if possible. Okay? And when you have men like this who do this for a living, you are creating an army that is against the United States of America. And right now, as we speak, as we're sitting here, there are protesters against the American embassy in Iran, and they hate us. They're burning flags, they're threatening to kill everybody in the building. And why? Because we destroyed their houses, their family, their community with bombs. And this is something that our country did. So, does it make me a bad person to not feel any sadness for the fact that our country is hated? I don't hate the people who hate us, all right? Because I know that people exist who unapologetically, indiscriminately kill innocent people. Our country is being run by people who are getting paid. And these large corporations that are paying our politicians, they don't give a shit about these people. They don't give a shit about the kids or the innocent. All they care about is that they're making profit. That is their job, to pay their workers as little as they can to make as much profit. And if it takes our military to go over and destabilize governments and secure natural resources, and if we have to militarize our police so that they can do whatever they want. I mean, listen, I don't feel bad for us that the world hates us, and they do. So we gotta band together, and we gotta change the way that we treat people and treat the world. We need to get rid of this disgusting administration. We need to get rid of the corruption that is in our government, and everybody needs to do their part, because it's gross. It's real gross that this is what we're dealing with. And I get it. In war, I mean, what if like a 12-year-old gets his hand on a gun and he's shooting people because quite frankly, he probably killed his father or his brother, and some warlord said, here's a gun, go kill as many of those American troops as you can. The kid's probably gonna die. Like, I get it. You gotta do what you gotta do. And I'll tell you what, my dad was in the Marines, and he told me about dehumanizing. Like, when I was very young, he explained to me what dehumanizing is, and that's what the military will do to their infantrymen who are going to see combat. You got to dehumanize your enemy, and if it's a woman or a child, you put away your idea of what a woman or child is, and that person is an enemy, a target, and you kill them. You put it away, and then you try to go on with your life. And the problem with my father, it's like he's so against, or he's so for what Trump is doing, and it's he's caging brown kids, he's going to war, and Trump has dehumanized all the minorities, and my father is for that. I'm like, look in the mirror, man. You're Mexican. The only way that you're accepted into this military industrial complex is if you fool yourself and you forget the fact that you come from the exact people who Trump is murdering at the border, and there he is trying to build the wall. Like, you're crazy, man. So we're making enemies at an alarming rate. We got to make some changes.